The suitcase was heavier than she had anticipated. When her hand closed around the handle, her knuckles whitened, and she nearly toppled backward. That tiny flicker of surprise, so fleeting it almost passed unnoticed, made every hour I'd spent preparing for this weekend feel worth it. She forced a laugh. "What did you do? Pack bricks in here?" Her eyes darted toward me, searching for a reaction. I kept my expression neutral, shrugged ever so slightly. "You've got everything you need," I said calmly, deliberately. This wasn't just any trip. She hesitated a fraction too long before offering the practiced smile she'd perfected over months. "You're so thoughtful," she murmured, brushing a cold kiss across my cheek. I didn't return it. I watched her roll the suitcase across the floor, the plastic wheels whining under the load. Only once her car vanished down the street did I exhale. Showtime. Her name was Amanda. 8 years married, 10 together. Most of that time, I would have called us content, maybe even happy. We had our routines, our inside jokes, the future we thought we were building. At least, that's what I believed until 3 months ago. That night, she'd left her phone on the counter while she showered. I wasn't looking for anything. The screen lit up on its own. My gaze drifted. "Can't wait to see you this weekend. Miss you like crazy, Brent." Brent. She didn't know anyone named Brent. No friend, no coworker, nothing. My stomach sank, but I didn't rush upstairs. I'd learned long ago that blind charges never end well. I needed certainty. She needed no escape. In the following weeks, I played my part, smiles, small talk, while quietly uncovering the truth. Keylogger on her laptop, screenshots of messages, emails, hotel receipts from late work nights. I even followed her once to a boutique hotel downtown, predictable. I slipped a GPS tracker into her car. Every lie, every whispered "I love you" before she left, cut a little deeper. Still, I remained silent. She thought she controlled the game. She didn't realize I was pulling the strings, unraveling her story piece by piece. So when she announced a girls' weekend trip, I almost laughed. Too convenient. Too rehearsed. Friends with suddenly shifting schedules, flimsy cover stories, a faint trace of cologne on her blouse that wasn't mine. I said, "You deserve a break. I'll keep busy here." She smiled, relieved. Arrogance, all wrapped up in those perfect dresses she hadn't worn for me in years. Meanwhile, I packed a different kind of bag, evidence, printed messages, screenshots, receipts, the proof that would shatter the life she thought she controlled. Brent lived in a luxury high-rise across the city. I knew it well, had circled it enough times. Late 30s, designer watch wearing, executive grin, the type who never imagines a husband standing in the doorway. Her car was already nearby, parked crooked in her rush. I waited an hour, long enough for them to feel safe, comfortable. Then I walked to the door, knocked with steady confidence. Brent opened it. His easy smile vanished instantly. "Can I help you?" he asked, wary. "Oh, I think you can," I said, stepping inside. He froze for a moment, unsure whether to slam the door. I didn't give him the chance. I shoved forward. "Don't even think about it, Brent. You and I are going to have a conversation." Amanda appeared in the hallway, pale, trembling, clutching her robe as if it could shield her. "Mark, what are you doing here?" she whispered. I didn't look at her. My gaze stayed locked on him. "You know who I am, don't you?" I asked. He swallowed. "I think you should leave." A hollow laugh escaped me. "Oh, I'll leave, but not until we have our little talk." I dropped my bag onto the coffee table, spilling its contents, photographs, screenshots, receipts, printed emails scattered like broken glass. His eyes flicked between the evidence and Amanda, then back to me. "You really thought you were clever, didn't you?" My voice sharpened. "Thought you wouldn't get caught." "Mark, please," Amanda's voice quivered. "Can we discuss this in private?" "Private?" I spun toward her, fury coiling. "Now you want private? Where was that when you were sneaking around with him?" She flinched, tears gathering. But I didn't relent. "Don't you dare cry, Amanda. You made your bed. Now lie in it." Brent looked like he wished he could vanish. "How's it feel?" I asked coldly. Look, man, he stammered. I cut him off. Save it. I don't care about your excuses, but your wife might. His face drained. What? Oh, yeah. I let a cruel smile touch my lips. I found her. A sweet woman. She deserves to know who she married. Mark, don't, Amanda begged, voice breaking. I turned back to her, low and sharp. You should have thought of that earlier. I grabbed my bag and headed for the door. Before stepping out, I faced Brent one last time. Go near my wife again, and I'll make sure everyone at your job knows exactly what you are. Then I left, leaving silence thick enough to choke on. The aftermath was swift and ruthless. The next day, I sent every piece of evidence to Brent's wife, with a short note, sorry for the pain. You deserve the truth. Within days, she filed for divorce. By week's end, word had spread at his company. He was pressured to resign. Amanda pleaded, cried, tried to explain herself. I didn't listen. The divorce was finalized. She walked out of my life carrying only what she could hold. It wasn't easy. None of it was. But as I stood alone in the quiet of my house, the crushing weight of betrayal finally lifted. I had lost a wife, yes, but in return, I had gained something far more valuable: freedom.